Hi everyone, my name is Adeni Ajala. I'm the creative director of Yemi Ajala Studios. It's your one-stop shop media house. We're into photography, we're into cinematography. We do stage lighting for film and the likes, and then a little bit of sound. But majorly it's your one-stop shop media house. How I started out. Okay, well, it's a long story, but I'll try and make it short. It's been of different stages. I think I started out my career in church, actually. And let me say how I started out in church. I was privileged as a very young man to have been exposed to foreign movies. My parents then we had a TV, and there's a man that lives. We live in a story building. There's a University of Ilorin lecturer that lived above us, and he is a very well-educated person, well-traveled. So he usually buys movies and stuff, so which he plays, and then there's a device that he brings that has that. It allows him to transmit whatever he's doing that we can also tune into it and watch. So at an early stage of my life, I was privileged to be seeing movies, and one particular thing caught my attention then. It was the fact that people get shot and they die. And I wonder, how does the person make money? Because I had to ask my mom, and my mom told me then that it's called film trick. So that film trick was what really caught my attention, wanted me to, I wanted to know more about film trick, and luckily for me, the church I attend happened to have a media department, and I attend Rema Chapel. So after my graduation from the children's church to the adults church, that was my major focus. I joined the media department. I was able to learn a little bit how the camera works, how camera placement, how to use the camera, and then on my own, I was working with my cousin then, who happened to have his own media house. So I normally follow him to shoot weddings. I help him assist. I handle cameras for him. I think my first job then was with one of my departmental member then. I can't remember the year, but the wedding took place at at Kwara State Stadium Indoor Sport Hall. I think then he paid me 300 naira. That was my first paycheck when I started out my career then. I remember when I got home, my mom was very furious. She was saying I went out the whole day and I came up with 300 naira, but it wasn't the money that was paid, it was experience. That was it for me then. Okay, so there was a particular wedding I went to shoot. I did it with my cousin then. It was a Circular Hotel. I can't remember the year, but I remember a woman asked me to take a picture for her. And I told her that no, that I was a cinematographer, that I wasn't into photography. And she said something to me which I can't forget. I can't forget, because I feel that, I know that she was an angel God sent to me to reveal something to me. She told me that I should consider photography alongside what I was doing, because I listened to her. I said, okay, no problem. Luckily for me then, that particular holiday, a friend of mine, although he's late now, his school's in the US. I happened to be a member of the newspaper group in his school. He came home with a camera. It's a Sony Fujifilm S5100. And I saw it with him. I told him that, okay, it's an hybrid camera. I told him he was going to sell the camera to me. At first, he was very reluctant. He said no. But I took a loan from my mom. I took a loan of 20K for my mom. I had about maybe 5,000 or something on me. So I added the money together and I took it to his house and I told him, yeah, take the money. When he noticed that, okay, if I was serious about it, reluctantly, he sold the camera to me. That was what I used to start out the photography aspect of my work. I did that. I think I shot about 2 or 3 weddings with it. And the funny thing is that every step of the way, God has always been sending people to help or to assist. Because I live to an extent in the backside of the desert. It's a lorry. You're thinking of anything happening in Nigeria, you don't consider Ilorin first. It's not like I'm trying to downgrade the state or something, but it's just the way the state has been placed, the way things are, the economy is. You don't think of Ilorin first. So, but God always, send help at every step of the way. I remember I met a friend of mine. His name is Yemi Royal from Lagos. He came to shoot a wedding. I happened to be the cinematographer for the wedding. And I saw the way he was taking pictures. I looked at the back of the screen. It was like I was seeing America in Ilorin. I was like, how did you do this? Whatever it is that you're doing, is it this camera, whatever it is, I must know about it. He was one that helped me to purchase my first professional camera. They linked me up with the markets in Lagos. There's this place called Aroloya. It's a market hub for digital cameras and stuff. I went there. I bought my first entry-level DSLR. It's the Canon 450D. And from there, it's been preset upon buying this, buying that, but God has just been there. I could remember then, there was a time I went to do a job in Lagos. On my way back to Ilorin, because I was tired, I slept throughout the journey. I got to Ilorin and I opened my bag. Somebody gave me something to give somebody, so at the park, the person was already waiting for me. I opened my bag to give the person his own property, and I opened it. I just found bottled water in my bag. Somebody had fapped my camera, my lens, my laptop, and I think 2 hard drives, and I had 5 weddings inside it. 5 weddings I have not delivered to the clients. At that point in time, it was like, okay, this was it. It was the end of my career in everything I was doing. But God came again in His own infinite mercy. In the way He does His thing, He came out. I remember, out of the 5 brides, there was only one of them that gave me issue. All the remaining 4 were like, what are you going to do about the next bride? They were worried about the next person. They said they are married already. That's the most important thing to them. It's not fine, the picture is a memory, but if there's no picture, the fact that she and her husband, they are there, that was it for them. And it could only be God, because I know friends that have had incidents like this. Some people have been arrested, some people had to go to prison because of the fact that they lost pictures. And I know different things have happened to different people, but God has proved Himself powerful, proved Himself the fact that it's not by your location, it's not by who you are, it's not by what you have, it's by who you are connected to. There are some jobs that I've been called upon to do in Abuja, in Lagos, that when I look at the scenario that surrounds everything, I know that it can only be God, because I'm not the only person that can, there are 1,001 in Lagos or Abuja that will be able to do the job, if not better. But God said is that young man that is in Tanke on that third road that is going to do the job, and that's beautiful for me. I remember my first international job. It came from where I'd never expected it. It was God. I made my first million when I was in, I think 200 level or something. It was actually a mistake. A mistake turned out to be something, of great value to me. I did a job for CBN. I was to make about 3 photo books, because some other people came from other countries. And 2 of the directors of CBN, I think probably they were not around, or they came and left. I just omitted their picture. And they said the copy that has to go to CBN cannot be done without their picture. So I went to the office to take pictures of those people, and they ordered for 2 extra photo books. A job of 600 and something thousand turned out to be a job of 1.2 million. I think it even made me, I think I flew for the first time after I got paid for that job, because I was feeling fly, and I felt that, okay, I don't think I deserve not going to, not returning back to Ilorin by road. I should fly. It was actually a very scary experience anyway, but I thank God that, God has proved Himself, wonderful. He's proven Himself in, it's just that there's a lot to talk about. But one thing I know is the fact that without God, I wouldn't have existed. Because some things I've done, doors that have been opened for me, for my brand, it has always been God. And over the years, I've come to discover that sometimes when we look at things in a very disadvantageous way, it has more advantage than disadvantage that we think that those things have. It's just for learning to look at the same thing from another perspective. It's helped me to avoid some mistakes, find some mistakes I've made, it's helped me correct a lot of things. I'm a product of testimony of God. I'm a product of God's grace. I'm a product of His power. Because if you look at my brand, Yemi Ajala, in Ilorin, and the impact he has had in Ilorin, in Kwara, and Nigeria as a whole, you will know it can only be God. It can only have been God, and all the glory at every step of the way has always been. I've met some dynamic set of people in the course of my career and because of what I'm doing, and I only knew that it's only God. It was God that brought them my way, and I always say it that if they remove God from my life, I'll be as useless as anything. Even, I don't even know what I can compare myself with. It has always been God every step of the way, and all the glory goes back to him. And it's a lot to talk about though, but I just want to thank God for where we started, where we are, and where we're going. And I can also remember then when, when I didn't understand what was happening in this market anymore, God gave me an idea then. That was what gave birth to a competition that I do on a yearly basis. We've done about, we've had 2 seasons now. We're working on the 3rd season, which is called Project Face Choir. It was a platform, was a project that we created to help us, get ourselves, our names in the limelight, for people to discover us, for people to know about us. But during the course of the project, as the project was going on, the vision was becoming clearer, and I discovered that destinies that were attached to the project, lives were changed, lives were transformed by the project. I know people that came in as models, contestants, who are doing very well as fashion designers. I know those who are doing very well as models, some that are doing very well as makeup artists. People that didn't know that they had these inborn talents, but because of an opportunity, a platform that they were given to ride on, it's changed a lot of lives, that's shaping a lot of lives. And I just believe that, if you put all your hopes in God, everything, you trust in Him for everything, He will always direct your path, and He will always make the impossible thing possible. He will always make a way, despite the fact that we don't know how we will do it, but He will always make a way.